Final time and time to see whether IHC have done any homework because they're sure as hell gonna need it. Ancient's been a rough time for them so far, and Lynn Vision are hoping to make it even rougher.
Kicked off on our first map, and it is certainly going to be an interesting time because IHC need to show that they have good form on it. TP side, it's off to a bad start. Score's already been headshot, and Techno has been set up for a corner though, and it goes 1-for-1. This is now the last defender here on this B bomb site, but the flashes are good.
Oh, but Zachar just comes in with a quick smack from behind. Let's go on, bomb should be plantable. Cabal switched over to the B bomb site yesterday. He's been getting a bit more done there, but Annihilation's demise just means that the round is gone. Nelly, another player we didn't really put too much shine on because he's been shining a spotlight on himself pretty much. He has been an absolute menace so far. Another one of these pugging prodigies that Lynn Vision have gone and found.
Yeah, just rocked him into the roster quite late, and at the ripe old age 18, he seems to just be fitting in like a glove.
Oh, yeah. Like a very firm, painful, metallic glove that you could throw at people.
It's kind of mental to think how many of the Lynn Vision players have come in at such a young age. Muskmelon, I think, was 16 when he first joined this team. Zachar, I think, 17. Starry is now 17 himself. Like, this is I mean, when you consider when they first joined the rosters, they were all young up-and-comers. Some of them still are.
Oh, Blitz has found Starry at this time. Score tagged up just a little bit in the meanwhile. He's been finding himself very low yesterday. That's something we definitely commented on, but Annihilation's gone and found another kill in the meanwhile. That's straight down middle. Secondary demise means Nelly is gone, and suddenly Lynn Vision are feeling a little bit more worried on how things could go. IHC been good at finding force by victory. Is X-Pro only good for the first of here as he's trying to lean in for a little bit more trades? Will not be there for the CTs. The bomb can be planted. X-Pro will at least have guaranteed money for his team, but it's Westmelon who's found it back to a 2-on-2. Mac 7, Mac 10, not the best of weapons in long range, and hell, the ball re-peeking back out over to the Galila is basically asking to be smacked down, but X-Pro does not oblige. He's a man of peace and wants to let the war come to him instead. Lynn Vision comfortably set in their post-plant positions. Mac 10 will be leading the charge and now dying in it as well. Cabal swings around the corner. It's Westmelon to clean it up. A 3-on-5 cleanup crew. Lynn Vision will lose the battle, but not the war.
Yeah, Westmelon and X-Pro do all of the work there, really, just finding a number of these trade kills, and then as well when they end up in this 2v2, setting up for a nice little crossfire inside of the site. Making sure not to just be sat stagnant in the same planting position. Made sure to get some distance, especially against that shotgun. It was very imperative that they did so. So definitely a worrying second round, but one that is dodged by the experienced heads of the Lynn Vision side.
Just to go back to what you were saying earlier, Michael, about having found so many players young, that's one of the things that people in domestic scenes quickly find out. If you want to end up beating out the big dogs like Rare Adam, like Tai Lu, and what you need to do is make sure you're finding the young players who look like they might end up evolving into the next great stars a year or two down the line when maybe the main lineups are having some motivation issues, yada, 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 all of that stuff.
You don't want to miss out on the next big thing.
It's a long term that pays off.
Well, no surprises in this round. USPs and some upgraded pistols, and not finding really that much success. Some damage has been exchanged, but nothing more than they're comfortable with.
3 kills across Mac 10s as well is quite nice for Lynn Vision. Make it 4, rather, make it just a 3. Can't count my chickens before they die, and the score is clucking back violently.
Also interesting when we look at the domestic rivalries that are built up within the Chinese scene. It's not often that a lot of players sort of jump between organizations. I think the most we've really seen has probably happened on this Lynn side, where, you know, some of them were ex-Invictus Gaming players that eventually found their way into this organization.
Yeah.
A lot of brand loyalty, a lot of organizational loyalty as well. But if you can't take that next step up, some people won't take that extra risk on you. First gun round here for IHC in response to the Lynn Vision start. They've got the prime weaponry out, and they've got that AWP in Annihilation's hands, but they won't have kits, and they are certainly running low on utility as well. The early deployment of such has left them wanting, but IHC don't really have anybody dedicated to that A bomb site. Annihilation playing deep CT with that AWP doesn't have sightlines.
It was initially playing back towards Temple, but Lynn Vision trucking out the one-way smoke that lets the boost see over it.
Very difficult round for Annihilation to feel too active in. He really re-aggresses over to the A bomb site. You can see that Lynn Vision are waiting.
This the ace on hit, and that's where Cabal working back over. It's going to be necessary. The problem is he's been blocked off by a smoke early in. Go on ahead and try and flash him out in Annihilation will prevent them from crossing over to the back of the bomb site. He's complete full vision into A main. Probably planted the Westmelon trades. Good spam damage will find Zaka down and dead. And it's once again a 2v4. Westmelon and X-Pro have already pulled one of these off. The question is another in the cards? It's a full donut push that is being lined up. Techno, the only player working out from further away. And they're not going to be looking to expose themselves early on. CT's got no utility, but they don't need it. Cabal! Skull has been domed right in, and Westmelon left alone. A 1-on-4 blitz to try and cover off Temple. Will be having his shots baited out, but continues to spray, and he'll get it done at the end of it.
Certainly close there between X-Pro and Westmelon. Just had to get a couple more of those kills by a little bit more time, and you could see IHC were running low on it. Didn't have a kit to play around, so a 10-second defuse was certainly... You could feel the nervousness there for the retake, even though they had such a significant man advantage in that 4-on-1. If anything went wrong, if anybody was pulled off that defuse, it could have been a Lynn Vision round, but won't be. IHC kept 3 up and can reinvest no problem. Get 2 in a row here, and Lynn's money would be reset. You can see them buying into a series of AKs and the AWP themselves now. And very quickly towards B. This is not actually being contested, but they line up for Techno. He's sitting inside flames, but he can keep himself alive.
Will be traded out to the spam, but Blitz outside the smoke. Will wait for it to dissipate, traded out as well. A 2-on-3, but you've got to wonder what it could have been had Lynn Vision been a bit more diligent in clearing out their angles. Annihilation. Only non-Lynn Vision player in the top 5 of the event so far, and he is coming into CT side with a storming hot hand. This is going to be IHC's second round on the board. Techno loves to play in that position. You can see why it goes by completely unclear. Lynn Vision hadn't expected him to be inside Cubby already so early on in the round. They were hoping to catch him off to the back of the bomb site instead.
Yeah, I mean, they throw that Molotov into Cubby as almost just like a courtesy, but they don't actually go around clearing for it, which I think is the big surprise out of that round. If you don't expect anybody to be there, then why do you volley it? And if you do, why are you not cognizant of it? Felt like Lynn were simply running through the motions there and caught off still by the position.
Could be a big round. Could have been IHC's economy reset. Now instead, they are right back into the thick of things.
Yeah, swing round between the two. See Lynn on upgraded pistols now in response. And I think this is definitely what we wanted to see. We wouldn't want to see IHC on a slow start or slow out the gates. I think we've seen that too much in the playoffs already. They've took a lot of time to talk about Annihilation and Score as, I guess, key hinging pieces. And it's not often that you describe a flick as sort of relaxed. But so far, the Annihilation flicks have looked very calm, very, very methodical. Just, you know, another range of motion he's comfortable with.
They have indeed been chilling. Which is strange. Annihilation generally a player who has been explosive on every single op shot that we've seen him hit this tournament so far. I mean, a lot of close range plays, a lot of quick flicks, a lot of deagle pull out, and even AK movements. This guy is the real deal.
I mean, the flicks still do look difficult, but it just looks easy for him. Like, it looks like it's a very comfortable range of motion.
Like a Guardian flick.
Yeah, just simple.
Obviously, he's a player who's grown a lot as well as the Asian scene has developed. Priorly in D13 was a bit of a pug monster style player. Now you can see the impact IHC and Blitz have had on him, but Cabal starts off so strong A kill and a half on top of it, but the half is going to fight right back. Expro's got blitz down. It's still a crunch coming down to mid. Cabal trying to work around this smoke, but it's started to eliminate. Advantage regained. Expro waits for Techno, and Techno will have fallen right into his hands, but he turns around from the trap and finds two instead. Zaka will spot him out as he takes the peek, but can't actually eliminate him. Back to a 1-on-3.
Zaka might be able to get the upper hand over Annihilation. We had an interview with Zaka, and he said he wanted to be able to beat IHC, beat Annihilation in particular, in a best of 5 again. Happened a long time ago, and maybe he'll call off a 1v3 to make sure they get there quicker. First player down would be Score, the healthiest man that stands before him, but knife out for Zaka. He doesn't seem too present of the idea, but gets his gun out a little too late. Score will make sure it doesn't go any further than that. IHC take the lead.
God, this kill.
Yeah.
This one kill is just the undoing of that entire round. Lynn Vision looked like they'd managed to retake mid despite the early kill being found from Cabal. Cabal wasn't even able to get spam damage afterwards when he was trying to play from behind the smoke. It just looked easy. They'd read into it. Their setup was perfect, but IHC, the young 18-year-old talent, just finds two, not even one.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, isn't it? I mean, Techno should have never been able to get away with that. He's 17, by the way, as far as I'm aware. Techno, yeah. I think he joined when he was 15, which is also just crazy to think about. Well, upgraded weapons into Lynn Vision's hands, but no rifles. Got a lot of utility to try and enable these upgraded pistols, but that had to be part of the plan. You had to hit a couple nice shots, and I thought Annihilation would put it to rest, but instead he's put in his resting place real quick.
Okay, Nelly. I see what's going on here. I appreciate it. Westmelon, close range, crossfire setup, but they've got flashes, or rather just the one. If Expro can set this up nicely for them, you're looking at a potential quick one-on-one, tried it out by the CTs. There's a lot of wishy-washy things that we're talking about now. They know Techno's close as well. Flash overhead, he's fully blind, but he's backed off. It's about finding Score, and they won't do it in time. Score and Techno will prevent any sort of aggression from coming in. Perfect retreat timing from Techno, and Score doesn't even bother swinging until they've already hard committed.
Yeah, Cabal as well cleaning up in mid. Like you said, they only had that one flash to make this work, and once that crossfire finds its targets, too difficult to break in afterwards. Great job holding aggressively over towards B. Score simply hid, and Techno was the bait. Like you said, you started falling back, and Score just simply lapped them up as soon as they committed to chase him down. Like that we're seeing IHC explore these aggressive options, even in low buy rounds. I know it can sometimes be a risk to play close against pistols, but those setups are pretty infallible so long as they are played correctly. And it also just allows IHC to make sure that if there are any creases that needed ironing out, they are done so early. Look like they already had a straight iron shirt anyway.
Score loves to do this. Absolutely loves it, but has Westmelon done his preparation? He's also sitting inside the smoke. Westmelon might be able to find this kill. Blitz is going in the meanwhile. Score! Westmelon's moved right past him. Score's good for 2. Techno comes down as well, trying to double up on top of it, but he's only good for the 1. Annihilation and Cabal now have got to fight mid. It's a straight 2-on-2 right down middle. On the other side, Cabal will find Nelly, once again eliminating the young star. But that's X-Bro. Might be able to thread the needle. They haven't spotted him out. They haven't realized his positioning is still here. Even earlier on, when Score was trying to find the shot, he was inside the smoke. X-Bro. The map is his. But what will he do with it? Can he find the timing? Cabal's retreat will have been heard. X-Bro realizes it, double guessing himself as he wants to make this a clean kill. Temple is his destination. Cabal is going to meet his demise. A one-on-one annihilation. The main man for IHC to try and bring it back, and he is hightailing it back to Donut. Switches out for the M4, but slows down at the worst possible time. Could have caught a timing, but we know that he doesn't. X-Pro could have gone anywhere. Annihilation is expecting him to have retreated back to A main. That expectation is completely correct. A Molotov down, but he doesn't have a kit. Don't forget that. Not for a second. Forward, X-Pro lines it up, gets it done. 3 kills for him to seal out the round. IHC will stumble and falter.
Wow, I mean, great clutch there from X-Pro, but it feels like communications break down here for IHC. They get so many early kills and are so aggressive off of ledge, but they seem to just miss out on timings. I mean, to find that they lose their mid-floor player at the start of the round with a nade out, then that's what it takes for a score to activate and swing off of the ledge. Surely they should have been sort of nestled away or ready to converge altogether. And then in that 1-on-2, there's a kit dropped in Temple from Cabal, but Annihilation seems to not have that as a priority. Instead relies so much on a Molotov for a 10-second defuse. I felt like there were some desperate moves definitely implemented there by IHC, but X-Pro is fully capitalized on it. This is the in-game leader for Lynn that just constantly puts up numbers. He outbrained them. I think IHC are... I mean, if they weren't nervous about entering Ancient ahead of this game, I think that looked like a clear indication that they're not quite playing up to the level that you would maybe expect, maybe overthinking things. Great instigation of the action over by Score over towards B, this time over. Westmelon, typically the extremities player that tries to keep them busy, has been dealt with, so Lynn are going to accelerate at A.
Annihilation, zone right in, will be smoked off. Dotting their I's and crossing their T's. Annihilation will have freebies the way he did against NKT on Inferno. Problem is, no more dots and crosses left, utilities all gone, need to get the plant down. Annihilation will be contending with a player already inside Temple. Second man baits his shot out. Starry is considering going for it one more time, but Annihilation now needs to be the one aggressing forward. Starry will be holding on to this angle while there's a close player waiting inside. That's Nelly to cover him off. Nelly around the corner is gone. Starry trades, but they still don't have the advantage. Zacher will be the one tasked to give them that. Smoke down on the bomb. Diffuse comes in. It's a fake up, but does he know? Now he should. He's going to continue spamming. So worried. Gets the frag. Starry gets a tag. It's through the leg. Can't get the done. Now switches out for the Galil. X-Pro still trying to fight it out. Starry alive back in Temple, who's still fighting away. Techno with the triple, and barely in the nick of time will IHC get this defuse. It gets so close, but Lynn Vision can't pull it through.
Oh my god, that is so chaotic. You see this after plant, there are smokes on top of smokes. They're tapping the bomb continuously, all while leveraging a one-man advantage in this retake. And you see just how panicked it makes Lynn in every one of those circumstances, because they keep thinking that there's somebody on it, but instead IHC just continues swinging and focusing fights. That was way more hectic than most retakes you'll see on that A site, with just how much util was down and how many players were swarming the bomb site. Lynn have still invested back into this round based on the fact they got that plant, and it came down to close numbers for IHC, and Starry's got his kill over towards middle. Westmelon as well taking space simultaneously, so IHC have lost this bomb site quickly.
Westmelon's burning to his teammates Molotov. That's why he can stay alive there for so long. Techno full blind in the back of the bomb site will be traded, but that's a huge kill to find, especially with the damage dealt to Annihilation on top of it. Flashes overhead keeping him away, but Blitz is already in the site. They haven't noticed. Not yet. It's Westmelon again. Pushed all the way through. It's effectively a 1-on-3 for Score. He needs to find a kill in this position, but he just can't push through in time. Finally gets X-Pro down, but he's lost so much life in the process. Westmelon still alive and kicking. Hasn't taken a single point of damage until that grenade just then. Prior to that, it was all the Molotov. Score's not got HP. Westmelon's gone. Starry needs to make his way back over to the site. Will find the wall bang. Otherwise, that could have gone so wrong.
Yeah, that looked disastrous if Starry decided to play the long wrap. I think he realized that he couldn't make that play in time. Really good effort there from Score to bring it down to effectively just this one-on-one, but unfortunate for him, Starry has the wall bang on lock.
Unfortunate for him that he's defusing there as well. If he's a little bit more to the left side, the pillar just covers him up. That was not a default bomb plan.
Pretty sure he could have wallbanged still from Cave. very, very exposed for where he was out in the open.
Mm.
But definitely a hard lineup to get matched up.
Not getting on the first bullet, that's for sure.
Well, this game is certainly close. And this is looking much better from IHC all in all. Seen some poor performances on their Ancient. This doesn't look like one of them, but this has still been far from ideal. Lynn have made them uncomfortable and have certainly put them in some disadvantageous positions.
And of course, if you've forgotten, the victor of this will be entering the ESL Pro League Conference Season 17. Zacher wants to go there so bad. Finds himself his kill onto Blitz. This was the one player who we said could be a liability when you're playing up against Annihilation, but it's not an op v op, it's an op v Blitz.
Imagine a world where we could potentially have 2 Asian teams in ESL Pro League. Just imagine.
With the way Lynn Vision are playing, with the way Rear Adam have shown they can play, not impossible.
Or IHC, who knows?
Absolutely. Score. Found the corner, White Sox turns away, but Score! He's found them as they're looking into Techno's old traipsing ground. The problem is he can't get more than 2. As if that was a reasonable expectation at any point whatsoever. Annihilation Peak City's going for it. His team's economy is going to be down and out. He knows that he'd rather try and attempt it than go the high route. And Zacher misses out his first shot. This is a chance given up to Annihilation. Deagle pulled right back over once the instant headshot. Zacher's rotated away, and X-Bros found him from the side. 6th round on the board. Lynn Vision will equalize.
Yeah, Annihilation certainly confident after he gets that first one, but these 2 remaining players are so split up, and they were ready to pounce off one another's contact. This round was looking like an impossibility, but Score really gives them a chance. We should reset the money now for IHC down to USPs and a single deagle. Lynn should take the lead here, no real issue. We've seen them maintain the same kind of pace and tempo here on the Lynn side, regardless of what buys they're up against. Against these pistols, they will be confident, that's for sure, but seen the priorities in taking mid control, setting up on the ledge as well. They've gone with one or the other in almost every round. They've never set up for sort of early A contact or just going for early B exec. There's a clear methodology they want to follow. Gotta follow the instructions on the recipe before you bake the cake.
Right now, the recipe is telling them to go back towards the A-bomb site, though. They've got X-Pro in deep. Smoke as well for him. First entry comes out. That means that Annihilation's going to be getting jiggy with it. And in the meanwhile, boost up on the other side. Spotted out. X-Pro's making everything look easy at this point, and that's the round gone. X-Pro has had his fair share of good times in the B-bomb site. In the meanwhile, IHC will still be without an op for this penultimate round.
This will be the real challenge. They've actually had a lot of success on the CT side, getting aggressive, especially when it's sort of instigated by Score over towards middle or sort of the B entrance. So if they can find something of the sort, that would be ideal for IHC. Those are the ways they found themselves into advantages, or at least put themselves in positions where they could hold on to it. Usually it has gone traded. Techno moving down the ramp, Score alongside him, but Blitz is actually doubled up in middle. Okay, Lynn this time tried to run through that smoke at a timing, but it will not succeed.
It's been the difference about who's contesting mid. Is it Cabal or is it going to be Blitz? Cabal's been caught off by that timing a few more times. Blitz will be staying on the angle for much longer. Change up in styles can definitely help you out by catching the T's off guard, and that's exactly what Blitz is able to accomplish in this round. It pays off for him. Still, the 3-on-5. Lynn Vision has pulled together one of these before, not too far ago, and there isn't information until there is Zacher revealed.
Yeah, Blitz shouldn't go for that jump spot again. If he did, it's very likely Zacher would still find the shot. Ooh, Westmelon, I think might have just caught a small lick of the shadow, but his step will prompt a smoke, and Lynn will start to crawl their way into B. There are going to be 3 players here, though, by the time these smokes fade, so this will be a tall task to deal with, so many angles to consider. Yeah, very hard site to crack into. It was a sharp shot from Westmelon, but every other frag goes the IHC way. 7-7 as we approach the last round of the half, and Money is in a good enough spot where Lynn can buy. Star would be put down to no utility, but I think that's a compromise they'd be willing to take.
That's exactly what you want to see, though. Full buy on either side, op on either side, Annihilation and Zaka both wielding 1 apiece. Fighting for the end of this half. Molotov has failed. That could be big. That gives them so much more space for Cabal to play around with, and Starry's gone in the meanwhile as well. Annihilation isn't traded back out. It's going to be all about Cabal and Westmelon. Over in the smoke, they have not located each other. They're going to end up moving right past each other, and that means that they could both find timings respectively. Cabal more deadly than the other. It's a 2-on-4. They're already falling apart, and Cabal is likely going to be providing that one last casualty. And indeed, doesn't even need to activate. It's 8-7 IHC to take the lead at the end of the half. It's Lynn Vision's map pick. Let's not forget that. IHC not going for Ancient as they have time and time again. We are going to a break. When we're back, we'll have to see who will be taking it away in the second half. Welcome back. The action continues. The road to Pro League has never looked as entertaining. IHC and Lynn Vision neck to neck. 4 spy wins, 2v5s, 3v5s. We've got a lot. But now it's all about this pistol. Annihilation and Blitz both coming through with a set of utility apiece.
Great Molotov onto Zacher, and he's going to get flashed up as well, but Westmoreland's there to cover off his issues, so Zacher not being able to find anything. Westmoreland's there to compensate fantastically. A couple of kills, Annihilation kept at bay, and Nelly is there as well on the rotate, so down to this 3-on-2 where they're heavily split, and the bomb dropped on the bomb site, but finally dealing with Westmoreland, they have a chance back in.
Cabal Annihilation, but Annihilation's low. He's trying to circle back around, could find the timing, but it's all about the vigilance of CTs. Nelly is watching out for this. As long as he doesn't turn away, this should be fine. CTs know that the bomb is in the possession of the T side, so they should be unworried. Annihilation about to walk in, and that's Nelly to shut him down immediately. Nelly even reveals his position to Cabal as he's going to be trying to go for the full bomb plant out. Rather, fakes it forward. CTs recognize it as well, and with a flashbang straight into the site, they can wait it out one more time. Cabal, once again, it is the fake. They're combining forces, and from above, Nelly to come down. And before I give it over to you, Michael, very quickly want to mention, that is the best usage of the dualies I've ever seen in my life. Westmoreland's able to use that huge magazine to just keep them zoned out, keep fighting through, tapping away from the bomb site, being such a goddamn nuisance. This is perfect dually usage.
Yeah, I think it's a different use case to what we're used to. You know, usually people tap with it and just fire off bullets, and like any gun could maybe do that. But making use of the fact that it has 30 bullets, yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely he went the suppressive fire route, and it really worked out. I can't believe Nelly jumped for the last kill on that pistol round, but sometimes RNG giveth, sometimes it taketh. IHC on the back foot after losing the pistol.
Dissipating smoke and Blitz inside of the Eagle trying to get it out, and he always does. Make it 2, baby, make it 2. Zacher didn't even know that's coming his way. His teammate's dying, he's there mourning, and Blitz comes through, knocks him out. Adds him to the grave as well.
Damn, he's a selfless god as well. He gave the rifle over to score immediately. Blitz is like, I can make do. Just give me a D, that's all I need.
Not out of hot water, though. All 4 players without Kevlar, and there is an SMG on the other side of things. Weird one to have these days, the UMP, but between him and Westmoreland, this should just be a clear cleanup. Why not make it 3 additional bonus kills as well? Okay.
Definitely a scary round for Lynn, regardless. This double deke from Blitz is unprecedented and definitely not what we expected after the early aggression that Lynn threw out into this round. So it's great that it's recovered at the end of it, but probably shouldn't have been as close as that anyway. Nelly the one that keeps the SMG, the rest on rifles here for Lynn. They do have a kit, so retaking shouldn't be all that much of a concern, but all about how they communicate where that kit gets dropped. The smoke that's down is a very awkward one to deal with if you're on that T side, but they have found a kill off of the ledge aggression. Couple, in fact. Only one that gets reciprocated, but they still maintain their aggression. Exper re-aggressing back into Techno and finishing off the frag, but Annihilation just spams him.
Star's still in an excellent position to deal with it. Despite this being a 2 versus 3, Lynn Vision have got themselves a good advantage here. Ooh, push through smoke. Blitz will reveal the position of his teammates as well, but Zacher's not nearby enough to try and make something work. CT's try to split up rather than sticking to their guns, and well, they will be punished for it. Zacher spotted out. Annihilation will smoke him off. Zacher looking to maybe even move through it. Does he have the timing over here? Oh, he might. Annihilation! Ask Cabal to cover it off just in case, and Cabal will be able to provide what is necessary. One more time, it is the mid-fight that ends up going the way of IHC. This time, they capitalize.
Yeah, very split aggression there from IHC. That's what caught out these mid players on the side of Lynn. And so if you have your attention divided like this, you know, fast cave smoke is something that is often deployed by a T side so that you can get a little bit more aggressive quickly. It felt just as though Lynn were caught slightly asleep to that idea, maybe not having as much cheetah or cave presence as they would have wanted. Look forward to a future round for them to make an adaptation or not. Quick boost up onto the tree. Nelly's SMG can certainly be deadly at this range. Of 3 that are in close proximity of this A hit, and IHC are postured for it.
Spotted out. He's gone early in. Nelly wants to go for more rather than playing a bit more defensively and letting Zacher peek out. Zacher, however, at the very least from this, will not have revealed himself. So he could actually end up coming through with a big flank. Blitz has found Expro in the meanwhile. His lurk has been very effective. A lot of criticism around IGLs who on T side would rather lurk than not, but obviously that stranglehold comes in largest when it is the very, very highest ends of CS especially.
I thought they were going to run away from the A-bomb site, but have at least kept some presence there. Score did have the bomb earlier, but the rest of the squad are converging over at B. And Lynn do have 2 players on the right side of the map for this one. It's all about whether a score can take some attention away. 35 seconds, so Lynn are very likely to rotate if they meet some aggression or get some information or confirmation. Zacher actually finding score, but Cabal is ready for the push from Westmelon. But Starry, it's unanticipated, but a 1-for-1 trade ain't quite good enough. They can get this bomb planted now here on the IHC side and play the 1-on-2. It will be very difficult for Zacher. Kit is not on his person. In fact, I don't think there's a single one dropped on the Lynn Vision side, and IHC can already be in so many different spots for this retake.
Shouldn't be possible at all. Unless Blitz is caught off in the reposition. He is spotted out, but Zacher, Molotov available, will chuck it forward, will be spreading backwards as well. Good for the first annihilation, reveals himself. Zacher cut off by his own Molotov, and that means that he can't move through in time to actually get the bomb defuse. He's realized it now. Fades away. Single kill will at the very least keep the T-side economy honest, but unless Lynn Vision are intending on force spying behind this yet again, it seems unlikely that they're going to be able to make anything off it.
Yeah, capitalizing on the low money will be difficult. Like you said, the reinvestment there for IHC should be no problem, but the real kicker would be if Lynn were somehow able to deal with this next round. Force buying would, I feel like, dig them deeper into the hole. So we'll see what Zacher can do with this one rifle that's saved over. So here are AWPs from IHC when they played a raft the first time over. Here are rifles, sometimes from these saved rounds. Let's see if Lynn can do the same against them. Zacher's actually got the first kill over with the boost over at B, so that's a weapon that can be recovered potentially as well. Slow and steady still here from IHC in response. Got the bomb outside A main, and Nelly is close with a 5-7. Close enough to maybe have this 5-7 be lethal to the head. Headshot, oh, Cabal unable to adjust his spray in time, and that's a smoke and an AK that can be recovered there for Nelly, so buying more time and keeping eyes on the prize. That's the package dropped in A main, and they still have a man advantage.
Oh, misses out on a big opportunity. Score was even walking through. Zacher, at the very least, makes up for it. Bomb still dropped. Don't forget about it. Nelly will not be able to find Techno. And with the kind of time that's left, Blitz thought he had space to move in with. But Westmelon from the side still make short work of it. Techno, as low as he is, it's a kill from any weapon, from any range. He's got very little space to work with. B bomb site is his destination. He might be able to get there to get the bomb plant down in time at the very least, because no one from the CTs is making their way over yet. As I say that, Zacher changes his mind.
Yeah, they read this one quick. They immediately left the A site alone and started to think about mid and a potential wrap. So Zacher is considering this. The Molotov will only give confirmation, and Zacher will get 3 in the round where he saves an AK as the only person that came in with a proper buy. A triple kill that is oh so important, but real highlight as well, Nelly getting that bomb and making it so awkward there for IHC on the A hit.
This is massive, absolutely massive. IHC, this is also right after, even though they won the rounds, it was a successive, very few players left alive rounds. Well, Invasion, looking like they should be able to run away with this one, and even after this with $1,900 on the loss bonus, it's not going to be the best of places to be for IHC.
Can't lose too many weapons to these pistols. That's what happened last time over. Well, it was Blitz that found the double kill, and then they got a 1-for-1 trade on the B play. I guess it was like a 1-for-4 trade, actually, in the end. See if IHC can drag them further into the dirt. Whether they'll be there by themselves. Lynn could take the lead with this round. And should.
Low utility, so you have to be careful not to just be one deked out of business, though. Well, spotted out Nelly. The flashbang for him to try and cross back over. Expro and Nelly will make sure there's very little done by the T side. No casualties so far, and it seems like none will come through at the end of it all. 11 to 10. Cabal on 3,500. Techno on 42. There will be some utility missing here.
Pretty rude from Nelly. He flashed his teammate, so Starry actually couldn't get involved and support as much as he wanted to. Nelly wanted all those anti-ecos. I could smell it. Yeah, this buy is not exactly premium here for IHC. A couple of these Galils. Or just having the Galil and actually missing out on some critical utility here for the IHC attack, and no AWP will be difficult. The tag actually landing on the leg, but they get a double kill on the aggression here from Lynn. They have to quickly get hold of this bomb site back if they're gonna really try and contest this round. Starry running through that smoke, and actually the flash from Westmelon is perfectly placed. That's the bomb.
Once again, a 3-on-5. Every time Lynn Vision will slip up and fall down, it seems like one of their players will come out and catch them right as they're about to drop. Expro as well, perfectly postured. Score should not be clearing this out unless this man's got the habits of a saint, and indeed he doesn't. Hell, not even the habit of a nun.
Yeah, didn't even react to getting dinged.
Yeah. Poor Techno.
This round started off great.
Yeah.
Double entry, fast progress. Just couldn't get scaling smokes in or players out in time. The counter reaction from Lynn was also very quick.
And you can see Lynn are struggling in a lot of different...
That's gonna tease him to death.
Well, you are right about the death part. But you can see Lynn are struggling in finding advantages at times. You know, there's been what, 4 3v5? No, 3 3v5 that we've actually seen them convert through. On the bright side for them, IHC's money is still terrible. So 13 to 10 seems to be almost guaranteed at this stage.
I think they have 1, 2, 3 on 4s. Definitely been in a lot of man disadvantages, though. That is true. Yeah. Constantly fighting from deficits, but this one's not too bad. A 1-for-1. Techno does have a lot of space through cave, and are they considering this? I mean, this wrap is happening so fast. Yeah, Techno, that's a free kill for him. Westmelon's trying to at least convert on behind, but Score just spams him through the smoke. Knew what the reaction was likely to be from Westmelon once the panic set in, and Techno's rifle even further forward in long. IHC aren't even converting or committing alongside Techno's progress, but he just continues to be a nuisance on this B bomb site. More kills and a 1-on-3 for Zach are presented.
He's not getting this one.
Yeah.
Oh, Cabal, lots of misses, and well, none of them are his wife. He's going to be a little bit worried about that one afterwards. Zacher spots out the second player as well. Wants to at the very least keep this as expensive as possible, and expenses born might be the last one to be born. Zacher, you could have maybe seen a world in which that could have worked out for him.
I mean, I was right there with you with he's not going to convert this one, and then he just kept getting chances at it. So real surprising round for IHC to win, but this is a low buy that sees success. Great effort there from Techno, finding a great timing through cave and wrapping that B bomb site. Lynn didn't have an extra player to keep that one in check. Seems odd to take such big risks in rounds where they should be gimmies. IHC to capitalize and can pressure them once again. Can even look to tie up the game at 12.
Nelly's gonna hear all these people going out. He's being covered off, but the shots miss. Nelly only good for one more time. Starry has to cover instead. No util to help him out. No extra flashes. Nothing of the light that's gonna be there. He's trying to spam through the smoke. He will find nothing. The IHC are being very careful about their ascent onto A. This time over, they don't want to end up being caught out by utility and pushes with it. Even Blitz's lurk is just so late. X-Pro might be able to catch it out. If he is, this could be big. Star, he's found one. The bomb not plotted yet. Cabal swings out to trade. Westmelon makes his way over. Flashman goes deep. Cabal not revealed himself yet. Will now be spotted. Westmelon brings him low and through the wall. Will find him, take him down. Zacher covering off Score's angle. And that leaves the IGL of IHC to try and do it all. They smoked a donut and he's lining up the spray, but he can't quite get it. They know they can sit on the defuse. It's revealed that there has been some fire taken. Oh. Chance has given up. Chance has given up. They're trying to line up and defend him. They're trying so hard, but Blitz's AK can't get it done. For a second there, I thought that the player on the side had come through to fake out as if there's sound cues given up, but no. Nothing quite as complex.
Yeah, they're just all stacked up on each other, and Blitz is just scanning through the smoke with the AK. So for him to have found the first, and then also, I mean, he did considerable damage to the other two. Lynn couldn't fire any shots back at him. It was a pretty scary round. You know, Blitz makes that 1v3 as threatening as he can, just because he's smoked off. It's so difficult. But he almost got all three. You know, one more bullet on the diffuser again, and Lynn would have been in the hole.
Swing round now and a double up pulled up by Lynn Vision. This is going to be a change-up.
This could be good. Could be a backbreaker as well, though. Very expensive to commit into this double AWP.
Oh, yeah. A financial calamity potentially waiting to happen, but a double infinity Molotov from the T side will allow Blitz a lot of space, a lot of room to work with, while Annihilation is blinded up. A tag in, and Westmoreland's found Techno, who is trying to re-peek out after the flashbang. Starry goes and finds Blitz as well. Mid-control completely forfeited. It's all about fighting for lane and making sure they can find something in the meanwhile. Westmoreland tagged up, forced back.
And that spam is so annoying to deal with if you're a B-side anchor. Zacher is still holding that smoke as well. They want to maintain this advantage while they can. Well, the double up is certainly expensive. This was a double save, so it's not as bad as it could have been, but Lynn's money is not great because of the survivors in the last round. IHC, even if they do more damage here, can certainly set themselves up for it. X-Pro has been found inside of Cheetah. Thought he might have been able to get the drop on them, but not to be. Annihilation holding for the re-swing, and this is perfectly played from IHC so far, reading the moves of these Lynn defenders flawlessly. And now it's just Westmelon about whether his reposition is going to be fruitful or not. Nate doesn't go quite far enough. They might think this one is clear.
Score's going to clear it out, though. He's not making any mistake this time over Nelly. Misses out on his shot as well. His second re-op has found nothing so far. It seems like it'll be Score to be first blood drawn by it. Nelly traded. Starry will come through and make it a 1v1 once again. Annihilation's last known position is exactly where he's been seated throughout. Only a flashbang available for Starry, a kit as well, so he does have some room to work with. Fakes it out, but he's expecting Annihilation to have rotated around Annihilation. Patience pays off.
Yeah, just sat in his spot and didn't overthink it. Starry was thinking about many other options further ahead. A 3-on-5 that IHC navigate out of. This started off with some nice aggression over to middle and the B entrance. Thought IHC were going to be completely stumped entering the roadblock, but not to be. Then now down to pistols and SMGs. They do have the one M4 in Starry's hands, but this is not ideal.
Looking at potentially giving up 14 to IHC if you're losing out on this one. Light B hit still seems to be the plan out for the T side. Nelly's aggression and exploration will have given them some knowledge of the possibility, as there is no one over in the A side. Deep flashbang as well, but Nelly's not blinded by it, so you can just push through and clear out the fact that there's no one in A at all. If Starry can rotate back to the B bomb side in time, there's still a possibility for them to try and make this work, but it doesn't look like he's got any inclination of doing so. They're more worried about the donut wrap into A. And Zacher is there to cover off, and he can tell them there's no one he's seen in mid. Not yet. But it's all about these SMGs, the 5.7s, everyone close range. Westmoreland's backed off. They know exactly where he's playing in from. Score can pre-fire it. And it's a 5-7 to return fire. It's the incendiary of Techno that brings him down at the end of the day, but it's Nelly now in hot pursuit, and the hot pursuit has been brought down. Cabal will stop any such aggression, but Starry's still in A. Starry is still in A.
Yeah,
The M4.
The one person that brought a rifle into this round, and Zaka can recover one later, has to be Starry.
He's found nothing though. Cabal will take him down. Starry's generally the player you put so much hope in, but nothing from him on that defense. Set up for success, but can't even get the 1v1.
And now IHC can move into the lead because the Lynn Vision buy should be non-existent. Round 27 will hurt. But it does feel as though IHC have just been more well-rounded than any of the other previous Ancient showings we've seen from them in the playoffs. Thought this map might become a weakness that is fully exploited. Maybe that's even the logic. You know, we looked at the veto. Might even be the logic that Lynn have gone into. They've looked great on Ancient recently. That's quite a few streaks of success. And IHC are, for all intents and purposes in this playoffs, looked like they're on a downtrend. But maybe they're beginning to trend back upwards, right where they need to. This would equalize our series. Lynn came into this best of 5 with a 1-map advantage, courtesy of coming through the upper bracket. But this could bring them back to even Stevens, and then there would just be a regular old best of 3 from there.
Even in the next round, Lynn Vision are not going to have the AWP for Zacher. X-Pro is going to be on 4,000. Nelly, Starry, 4,400 each. That's a price point where you're forced to choose between an M4 and an incendiary. No kills isn't going to help either.
And getting the kill bonus is not to be underestimated on rounds where you are effectively penny pinching into a rifle. Good damage at the blitz. He survives on 1 HP, and we'll have somebody there to try and act as his bodyguard. So he's nestled into a corner, trying his hardest to bait Nelly into the waiting arms of many of his teammates.
Nelly's not biting yet.
Yeah, he's like fighting off primal instinct here.
Now the grenade out, hoping to use the smoke if it spots out the player who is being baited for, and although he gets a few pot shots at score, none of them are really a fair fight. He will end up falling. IHC up to 14, and should they win this one, which, hey man, utility-wise, money-wise, you'd expect it. Should they win this one, they might just have the game.
Yeah, it would decimate their economy again, and certainly sets them up for success. There's all that utility for Lynn, and sometimes absent for Nelly and X-Pro. Really important that I think Lynn are assertive even in a round like this. They've lost too much control too quickly in previous rounds. Nade is solid, weakens the knees of a couple of these IHC players, and they will not move past that ledge smoke. They're doubled up for this mid-fight, one that IHC will not decide to attempt, and this double cave setup for Lynn could have been a port of action, but flash in, Expert dodging it, Techno doesn't decide to swing alongside it. Maybe if somebody spammed, would have thought that somebody was blind at the very least, but they're turtling back up at the bomb sites, and this double cave aggression, yeah, Techno's gone. Score doesn't want to try and swing into it because he would have been outgunned.
Such a difficult set of angles to actually end up dealing with. 5v4 found, Score spotted out. Last smoke for the CTs, and it has been used. All the utility left now is Zacher. Flashbang, grenade. Keys aren't too much better either when you look at it though, so all about contact plays and finding out where you can find some straggling picks.
Well, One more smoke was dropped on the ground, and Blitz will do a fake exec over on this B side, but the rest of the team are trying to converge and split on towards A instead. Oh, Nelly, that's fantastic work. 2 kills, and that bomb has no safe passage. Blitz will have to bypass him, running through red instead, but Westmelon has his number 2. So it's the Annihilation AWP that they are licking their lips for. Lynn, if they take this one, would be able to put that into Zacker's hands, no problem. And 10 seconds left. Annihilation needs to either die or take a load of them with him before he goes down. In fact, he might even get away with saving this AWP. A couple of casualties, and he'll save more than he gains in the loss bonus. No problem. 3 dead for Lynn, and that comes at a heavy cost, but a round win still to tie back up.
That's one of those things where if you're a coach, you're just going to be smacking them on the back of the head. 5-on-1, you let it get to a 2-on-1. You cannot afford these losses.
I mean, they wouldn't have lost the round, but I do agree with you in its entirety. Just the idea of, okay, maybe you could send 1 or 2 players after him if you want that up so bad, but anything more than that is excessive.
Now, the third swing was far too much, and with this, look at it again. It's the exact same circumstance. And you can't guarantee success like it.
Yeah, they're worse for wear. I mean, they're an MP9 and FAMAS now. They had full rifles last time over. Even lighter on utility, which was the emphasis point of last round. So they might have dug their own grave here.
Definitely got some mud on their hands. The question is it from the grave or is it because they're about to fight dirty? Deep Molotov, Ellie pushes out from it. Has an incendiary of his own. X-Pro still very aggressive. Cabal could end up being caught out over here. Flashbang dodged out, and Westmelon set up for... He's the one with the MP9 though, don't forget about it. He's only going to be good for one most likely, but not in this circumstance. Switches out for the M4 as well. Looks to turn around and continue fighting on. Can't find more. It's going to be the quick aggression up ledge, which gives the CTs any potential chance, but a Molotov to block them out as well. Zacher moves right through it, wants to catch them off on the timing. They should have heard it. Annihilation. What the back line? And I misses the shot though. Zacher, huge chance given up. Techno and score. So stable, especially on this B bomb site. Whenever they've been here, Nelly switches out for the M4, gets himself the first one. Westmelon's dropped M4 is doing so much damage, and Nelly alone, a 1-on-1, a kit recovered, moving into the back of the site. Techno will be able to find the timing. 15-14 map point on Lynn Vision's pick.
That is so insane. I mean, Westmelon getting those 2 kills, but then it comes back and forth. It's trades on trades, even on the retake. Annihilation's missed shot. I thought it was going to open up the door for this Lynn retake to get going, but IHC never let it slip further than it needed to. And you talked about, Techno, Cabal, maybe lagging behind some of the IHC members in previous playoff games. This has not been the case so far on this Ancient. Techno, a critical 1v1 that is won. So the buy looked bad for Lynn in the last round. This is even worse. So many French rifles. An SMG and a Deeg, and that's about all they've got to operate around. But Nelly has still found his kill in an A main, and Starry finds great timing. They're coming away with the ahead in the trades. Even Nelly's duel in A main, as labored as it will be, brought score to such low HP that it now relies on these 2 stars of IHC to clap back.
Annihilation's had a quiet game so far, and this last round's going to be no different. Score playing in the shoes of Techno. 16 HP. B-Bombs that as his destination. Going to try and make his way through ledge. Get some mid-presence. Maybe even all the way back to Red Room is a possibility. He has recognized that there's unlikely to be any CTs expecting him there. Score. The immortal of IHC. Mongolian Nico is what a lot of his fans would call him. Between him and Dobu, about who would share the rifling crown, but so far, it looks like an impossible circumstance. X-Pro is watching out for it as well, always hyper-aware. And as he is going to be hyper-aware, he's also aware of his death. Flashbang deep, Molotov to try and company through. This could end up forcing out Zacher. Zacher will win the duel out regardless. 15-15. We're going to overtime, and a break needs to be had before we can get into it. Take a rest, take a breather, and then come back for some fantastic action. As even as can be, perhaps not a result we expected on Ancient, but so far, it's been a group effort from Lynn Vision. A lot of difficult rounds brought back, and IHC have looked surprisingly good off the back of score. Zaka, very aggressive. This is the first time we've seen the AWP try and take ledge control, and it is going to be placed to try and recover in the backline. Starry's demise is met, but Zaka quick on the trade.
Yeah, the smokes were great timing for the Lynn Vision side to let Zaka make that move, but Westmelon standing his ground and standing tall over at the B bomb site. Cabal taking a bit of spam as Expro tries his best to delay this hit from IHC. They still have this 3-on-2, but the bomb not being planted immediately. Cabal went for off-axis just in case he got spammed. Annihilation could have just lined them up as well, deep CT, and the AWPs just keep missing against each other, but Annihilation found the killer that he was looking for and now can look to reinforce and help Cabal out on the site. He's trapped Expro in position, but another miss from Annihilation that Zacher will capitalize on. A man advantage, and Lynn need to find this trade nice and quick. Just need to keep this AWPer off the angle, and Zacher will try his best to bait out the shot, and the flick is lovely. A crucial clutch and a crucial clap back on the retake for Lynn, moving straight into the overtime.
The big differential was supposed to be Annihilation and Zaka, but not like this. Not like this. Annihilation's not supposed to be the one missing a shot. He is the chosen one of Mongolian CS. are the only Oppas who's come from Asia in so long who you can really put hopes on. It was Kaze, but he was taken away by the Chinese side. It was Dan King, already born and bred to China. Annihilation, the one hope. And he's gone missing so far in the finals. Zaka. Not a player who's looked like the most impressive part of Lynn Vision, but he is coming alive.
He's not been an unstoppable force in this playoffs, that's for sure. Everybody is here. Everyone's active on the Lynn Vision side. You see the kill differential. X-Pro, he disconnected earlier. We tally more kills to him. I think he's at 23. Things are looking good here for the Chinese squad. IHC backed into a corner and very aggressive. Westmoreland trying to close in on that gap, and they just broke down the boost in time. Nelly's been brought down in middle, though. And that could call things off here. Westmoreland took a lot of damage for his venture too, and they got very little out of that.
There are still 3 players on the B bomb side for the CTs as well, and the Ts have yet to commit to either area. The CTs, without any mid control, likely about to go for some sort of aggression with that solitary flash they've got left. The problem is it's in X-Pro's hands, and he's the one who should be pushing out, so you don't want him to be throwing it as well. Side playing the game. Techno! Gone. And he's generally been a lurking presence very often. It's been between him and Score about who will be taking up that role. Maybe there's a read to be made over here for the A-bomb side, but they're not willing to pull the trigger yet on the CT side. Zacher, hard scope forward, clearing out all angles possible, and Expert will finally make his way back in. Flashbang overhead in case there's already someone in the bomb site, but that's the last flashbang they had. He'd gone by the wayside. Zacher, hot in pursuit. Not on the heels, and X-Pro will be found out, brought down. Zacher gets one more time, sticking down low. No time to plant the bomb. Blitz won't be able to make it over, and he'll even fall for his troubles. Wants to get that loss bonus, as little as it may be. 17 to 15. Lynn Vision not letting go.
Yeah, 3 kills there from Starry to keep whittling down the numbers, and then all I could hear was the Jaws theme playing in my head for Zacher's long flank, because flanking with the AWP, especially when you're scoped in the whole time, just takes forever. But IHC running out of that time themselves. They will be able to muster a buy together, no problem with this 12.5k. Again, losing the fight in mid, but Starry's out to take his place. The trade from Cabal is crucial. Couldn't afford to be down in the numbers, not especially when they're looking for the elusive T-side round that they need to feel at least a little bit more comfortable moving into that second half of the overtime. Then have been able to claw their way out of disadvantages. So if IHC, in all honesty, both of these squads, it feels like when they are down in numbers, a 6th eye opens up.
That 6th eye is being shot at. Westmoreland forcibly shut down. Zacher has just not been missing anything given up to him. Oh. And even a grenade's going to find another one. In the meanwhile, Zacher training, finds the duel. His weight will have come out on top, but there is still the immortal Mr. Score himself. Finds the first molly down to try and cross over. Position spotted. He's been dinked. X-Pro knows it. Flashbang goes in deep. Score runs away, but inside the smoke, X-Pro, a stray bullet to catch him. Lynn Vision, the 6th eye prevails. The 18th found. They are on map point.
They always seem to be able to pull these off, and it is mainly Zacher that has been super impressive. Sure, X-Pro has been a stable pair of hands the whole game, but there were certain fights where it looked like Zacher just got caught off guard, but he just makes quick reactions. It's a nice attempt from Score, but took so much damage of the initial peak and just making sure that Expert was kept at bay. 3 straight going into our first half of the overtime, so IHC need to be as flawless on their defense. Feels like Ancient may have just gone away from them. 3 in a row is just, it is hard to crack.
Man. Annihilation's not winning a single one of these duels. He just doesn't win the head-to-head.
He's been good. He's won certain rounds for IHC, but these are the key ones that he can't afford to miss out on some of these shots. He has a flare AWPer. You know, it's not as though he simply sit back and relax all the time. And you know, you sometimes see system built AWPers that are falling from one angle to the next. He is one of these AWPing talents that can perform in the more chaotic circumstances. And when he's been given them so far this game, he hasn't hit those shots that we know he can.
Helmet, even that previous round, just a straight, he is zoned in onto the angle. Zacher just wins it out.
Zacher definitely has gotten the upper hand on him, that's for sure.
And for Annihilation, let's not forget, he is a major win condition for Inferno, which is coming up next. Now, I'm not expecting Inferno to be a major pressure point where he can't perform, but the question is, why is he not performing? Is it a bad day? Is it grand finals pressure?
I feel like it's sustaination. This isn't his map.
Well, while Lynn Vision try and get readied up, they've got a couple of players AFK, probably just a quick break or so. We are also going to be joining them. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Lynn Vision on Map Point. Straight back into things we go. Lynn Vision, 3 map points to work with, and they're feeling good about themselves right now.
I think that's an understatement. They look good. They had a retake where they were down a man. Everything that could go right did for Lynn. They hit a lot of their shots, and some of them were critically missed by IHC. Need 3 in a row here on the CT side, and Cabal will be left alone on this A bomb site, while IHC's mid control and B aggression will at least be facilitated by utility, but Lynn are stopped in place, waiting to see what the IHC move will be. They are really bleeding time.
Massively. Oh no, Star's giving up sound cues. I don't think they've gone all the way through, but always a bit of panic will be setting in at the point. Duels and frags exchanged over towards ledge. It's only one for the CTs. These aren't feeling too happy about it. And as Blitz peeks, Starry's just taking him down. Nelly as well with the successive entry, and Westwellen seems like he should be completely undetected over here. Score is trying to work around the smoke, but Westwellen's coming in right behind him. Flashbang for Nelly, will be taken down, but Score is a dead man walking.
Uh-oh, Starry missing on that AWP, and Zacher trying to at least get alongside his teammate. Does find Annihilation deep spawn. Techno's going to be pressured to move on out, and he finds the first kill, but Zacher's there for the trade immediately. It will be Lynn Vision to move past IHC. They made this map pick into Ancient coming into this best of 5, but now they have 2 notches on the series, so they only need one more win. We'll have to break it down after a break. Don't go anywhere.